Hey everyone, my name is Gavin Vengeance and welcome back to MyXP. Today I want to talk to you guys about, guessed it, Breath of Fire 4 for the PlayStation 1. Now, Breath of Fire 4 was a game that I was highly anticipating. As soon as I saw the announcement that it was going to be released, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. And sure enough, I waited for the game to come out and my local rental store ended up picking up the game. So day one, I went there, reserved the copy of it, took the game back to the house, popped in the PlayStation 1, started playing the game, and I was completely blown away. It was awesome. I didn't think that, it was going to be any less than what it was. However, I do remember, very first time playing it, I wasn't too fond of how they, took away the world map, I guess, kind of. It's more so like you're choosing points on a map this time instead, and for you or whatever characters you have are walking across that map and you're going from point to point, and then with each point that you go to, sometimes if you're traveling in between, say, point A to point B, in the middle you'll get a pop-up and you can go into this little instance where you can go and take down random encounters, grind a little bit for levels, or potentially end up in a fishing spot or somewhere else on the map. So it was interesting that they kind of still kept the whole exploratory essence, I guess, of Breath of Fire 3 in the game as well, because you also had that happen as well, on the maps in Breath of Fire 3, where sometimes you'd get a pop-up and you can go into an instance area, get a treasure chest, fight some battles, grind, all that good stuff. But again, you weren't able to actually roam around on this world map, and the only hidden points, I guess, on the map were only accessible through talking to certain NPCs throughout the game, so it kind of forced you to talk to all the other NPCs. And that's not really a bad thing, I guess, if you don't mind reading dialogue and everything, because none of this is voice acted or anything, but at the same time, it really forces you to get a little bit more into the story, I guess, or what's going on in each town to another town. So it's really cool, like I said, that it kind of forces you to do that, but it also kind of sucks that you don't really get to go out and explore and find these secrets yourself without talking to NPCs in order to activate these points anyways. So that's one of the things that I kind of wasn't really fond of, I guess, when I first played the game. Now, so much I don't really mind it, I guess. But again, that's just the one big gripe that I had with the game. Outside of that, there wasn't really a whole lot else that I could really complain about. Maybe a little bit of the music. Sometimes I found that the music was a little bit lacking and not really as good as the music in Breath of Fire 3 per se. So that, I guess, is a minor complaint. Not to mention, a lot of the tracks in this game are fantastic, and they're really awesome, super memorable. They get stuck in your head. And, they even experimented with a little bit of, vocals in a couple tracks, which was really cool to see as well. But, yeah, the music itself, I guess, to me, I wouldn't really consider it, the best soundtrack ever or anything in that regard. But it was good. It just fell a little bit flat for me and my taste, I guess. It was more, how do you say this? It's not really, I guess it's kind of themed, is what I'm trying to say. It's, more Asian inspired, I guess, maybe. Some tracks at least, and some other tracks are a little more ethnic, which is really cool. So there are a lot of different styles and everything, but for the most part those are the two prominent styles that I found with this entire soundtrack. But outside of that, the music and the map, pretty much everything else is freaking awesome in this game. I mean, the battle system itself, they pretty much took everything that they did right in Breath of Fire 3, improved upon it, completely expanded the systems, and added in this combo feature where you could combo together spells and everything, so it made magic a really good route to take whenever you were trying to take down harder enemies and stuff. And yeah, it really enforced strategic play, I guess, a little bit more in this battle system versus the other battle systems. And also the fact that you were able to access all 6 of your characters in a single fight. You could swap them out at any given time. You had your first 3 main characters, or whoever you were using in your active party, were in the front row, and in the back row in your reserves you had 3 other characters. The real cool thing about that is that the characters that were in reserve, sometimes randomly they would act as well. So say Urshan, for example, could, like, you know, help out and shoot a covering fire attack or whatever from the back row and hit a single target enemy. Or if you had Nina in the back row, she could end up like casting a small heal on, you know, the other 3 members that you were actively using. So it was really cool that even though those characters weren't being used at that time, or you weren't issuing commands to them, they would still sometimes randomly help out your party as well. And that was really neat to see. Each character kind of had like their own little quirk to them, I guess, that made them still useful in a way as well. Such as Sius, whenever he got low on health, he would receive like this damage increase as well, so his attacks would be a lot stronger whenever he was lower on health. So it was nice to see like so much of the battle system expanded upon and just like really like fleshed out. It was really cool to go out and find like all the additional abilities and everything with your examine command, which was also brought over from Breath of Fire 3, because you could open up all kinds of different like combinations of attacks, and it was just really awesome to take all those commands and all those actions and just really experiment with them and find what worked best for your party. So that being said, like, you know, they even brought over like the master system and everything as well, so you could train your characters and affect their stats and how their stats increase from level up to level up. Really awesome, really in depth. The story itself, it's fantastic. It's probably one of the strongest stories in Breath of Fire, in my opinion. I really loved how it also enabled you to play between 2 different stories, I guess, within the one story. So at certain points, instead of controlling Ryu in the party, you would end up controlling another person. And that other character was like super powerful, and it was awesome, like one of the best characters I think that was in Breath of Fire as well. So whenever you got to play as that character, Fulu, you were just really like, holy crap, this character is so powerful. This is awesome. I love playing this character. I don't want this section of the game to end. But it was awesome that, yeah, you were able to actually play between 2 different main characters, I guess, and just really see how the story unfolded from 2 different perspectives. And I think that's one thing that Breath of Fire has gotten right throughout the entire series, is just the storytelling aspect of the game, and it really doesn't like let you down at all in Breath of Fire 4. I think that, again, it's one of the best stories, and if you haven't experienced Breath of Fire 4, then I would highly recommend going and playing through the game. It's really fun. There's really nothing that I can complain about outside of the 2 minor things, and I mean, that's just me really nitpicking. So with that said, like, Breath of Fire 4 for me was one of those games that really allowed me to like expand my imagination, and it really opened my eyes to how good an RPG could be, and just how intuitive they could make turn-based combat versus like any other game that I played prior to that. So it was nice, like I said, to see all of the great aspects of Breath of Fire 3 improved upon in Breath of Fire 4. And yeah, like, when I just recently played through it on my Twitch channel, I absolutely had a blast. I did somewhat of a low-level run, I guess, so it was a little bit difficult at certain points in time. However, I did find that this game, and I also found this when I initially played it, was a little bit short in terms of like the overall duration. Now, mind you, with this recent playthrough, I didn't really do a whole lot of like extra grinding or exploring or anything like that. But I did end up going, like, unlocking all the dragon forms and all that stuff, but it was really cool, again, like I said, to re-experience this game, something that I haven't played in like 10 years, and just, you know, enjoy that with my chat and everything, and everybody else giving me pointers, and just really, like, rooting for me, I guess, in the final battles, where I was so underleveled and so underprepared, but it was super fun. Yeah, man, Breath of Fire is just, it's crazy. I absolutely love these games, and I really wish that Capcom would bring them back. But currently right now, I'm actually playing through Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter, which is a very divisive title. And yeah, you can find my playthrough over at twitch.tv/Gavin_vengeance. So I'm just in like day 3 or something of the game. If you guys find me over there, by all means, come and check out the game. It's incredibly different from every other Breath of Fire game. So definitely check me out over there. If you guys like this video as well, and tell me about your own experience as well down in the chat with Breath of Fire 4. Let me know what you like about the game, what you hate about it. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys if I can. I'll definitely get back to you guys. But yeah, anywho, next video is probably going to be Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter, and that's going to be out hopefully sooner than later, but it all depends on how many times I have to restart again, because I keep making really stupid mistakes in my playthrough. It was super fun. But yeah, guys, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time for Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter. Take care. Have a good day. See ya.